Johnson launch. Triple down. Mitchell on the attack. Will fade fling. Waiting, the action begins as the clock hits 10. Gilgeous-Alexander on the attack. Pulls back. And hits. Out of the corner, the three is off. And on the rebound, the Thunder have it with 28 to go. 7-point game. Got a foul here to get the ball back. Caruso!
Well, it ended 122 to 113 points for OKC Thunders. And, well, when you say a team really deserved to show like champions, that was what OKC Thunders did in the wee hours of today. Well, yesterday, United States of America, but today in Nigeria. Let's listen to Victor Wembanyama, a man who was fantastic in Game 1 for San Antonio Spurs. But what happened to the team in Game 2 against OKC?
We got to help our ball handlers more and take care of the ball.
Obviously, without De'Aaron, it's going to lend itself to turnover issues. But
consistency throughout the game in our game plan. Can think of a few down moments for myself, especially in the fourth quarter.
Victor, you and Hartenstein had some huge battles on the glass there. He was able to win a lot of those. What was that battle like for you, and what do you think you guys can do better to not lose that way?
As I just said, you know, it's all in the scouting. We have to.
Call for getting the loss and focusing on the next game. That is coming from Victor Wembanyama. Now let's go to Turner. Well, he was happy that the team bounced back, although did not play enough to get that win that they had in the wee hours of today. But winning.
Really good team, really good defensive team, really good. They check all the boxes, so we're gonna have to continue to get better. Tonight wasn't good enough to win the series, and we know that. So we'll take the W, but we got to keep getting better.
Well, that's a stuff of an NBA MVP and a stuff of a match player. And that is coming from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, for San Antonio Spurs, it's going to be a difficult one for the is the latest one for San Antonio Sport. Now, let's look at what will be happening tomorrow. And that will be the Eastern Conference Final. Remember, that we had the first game. So looking at this game 2, it's going to be between New York Knicks and Cleveland Cavaliers. The question is, how will these two teams get better of each other going into this one? Is it going to be very easy, or is it going to be a blowout going to the game 2 of this one? We keep our fingers crossed and look at what happens at the end of the day. But moving away from the NBA, let us talk tennis this morning. No longer news that Carlo Alcaraz is out of the French Open. But now let's talk about Coco Gauff this morning. Coco Gauff has a new approach for her second time around, attempting to defend a Grand Slam title. The Americans' strategy heading into the French Open, the clay court major that starts Sunday, and which she won a year ago, goes something like this. Don't think about it as defending something. Remember, she failed to defend the last tournament title, so it's just for her to focus on getting better. Now, we are also getting updates from top players because they're ready to boycott the media in protest for better pay. Now, players of the French Open are planning to reduce media appearances ahead of the start of the Grand Slam to complain about their share of prize money. A group have already targeted the upcoming clay court tournament for reducing players' share of revenue to an alleged 14 point. But now let's look at qualifiers of games going down for the men's qualification of the French Open. Games are starting 10 o'clock with Facundo Acosta against Agus Alkmaar. And with the last game for today, we see Jamie Faria against Luca Nomaya. For the women, we have Shalane Stevens taking on Leire Romero Gormaz. And the last game for today, we see Ashlyn Krager against Mary Stoyana. Hamburger European Open ATP 500 is going down. Hugo Humbert is starting the game today by 11 o'clock against Ignacio Bosch. And we have the Geneva Open having Mariano Navone in the singles playing against Jean Menard, and that will be going down by 12 o'clock. For the WTA International, de Strasbourg, Anna Lee by 9:30, we take on Maria Borskova. And the last game for today, we see Victoria Mbonko take on Leila Fernandez. Live update from India at the Bengaluru 3 ATP Challenger. Live update. Hamish Stewart is in charge of the game against Jern Millet. McLaren enjoyed their best weekend of the season so far with Lando Norris